This dream appears when something is about to change in your life. Hello, dream explorers, and welcome to a profound journey into the enigmatic world of our subconscious minds, a realm where logic often takes a back seat to intuition and symbolism reigns supreme. Tonight, we delve deep into the fascinating landscape of dreams, those nightly narratives that frequently leave us puzzled, occasionally inspired, and sometimes even a little frightened by their vivid intensity. For millennia, humanity has been utterly captivated by the mysterious nature of dreams, viewing them not merely as random neural firings or the brain's way of processing daily events, but as a universal language, a direct conduit to our deepest thoughts, unexpressed emotions, and even our potential future selves. From ancient civilizations interpreting divine messages and omens in their sleep to modern psychologists like Sigmund Freud, who saw dreams as the royal road to the unconscious, and Carl Jung, who explored their archetypal dimensions, the quest to decode dreams is as old as conscious thought itself, reflecting a fundamental human desire to understand our inner workings. Why do we dream? What profound purpose do these often bizarre, sometimes beautiful, and always personal, nocturnal stories serve in the grand tapestry of our existence? And perhaps, most intriguingly, can our dreams truly offer prescient insights into impending life changes, acting as a sophisticated internal guidance system that helps us navigate significant transitions and prepares us for what lies ahead on our life's path? Many seasoned dream interpreters and psychologists believe that dreams are not just passive reflections of our past experiences or current anxieties, but powerful, active indicators of future shifts, subtle whispers from our inner wisdom signaling that a significant transformation is on the horizon, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. These dreams often carry an undeniable weight, a sense of urgency, profound significance, or an unusual clarity that immediately distinguishes them from more mundane nightly musings, demanding our conscious attention upon waking. They might be unusually vivid, intensely emotional, feature recurring elements that persist over time, or present scenarios that feel uncannily real and impactful. Whether it's a major career pivot, the beginning or end of a significant relationship, a profound personal awakening, a geographical relocation, or a life-altering decision that looms large, certain dream patterns and symbolic motifs frequently emerge when our lives are poised for a dramatic pivot, acting as internal alerts. Throughout this comprehensive video, we will meticulously explore the intricate tapestry of dream symbolism, delve into various influential psychological theories of dreaming, and provide practical, actionable techniques to help you unlock the profound secrets of your own nocturnal adventures, transforming them into valuable tools for self-understanding. We'll uncover how to identify these powerful harbingers of change, understand their underlying psychological significance in the context of your personal life, and ultimately, learn to harness their predictive and guiding power to navigate your waking life with greater clarity, purpose, and unwavering confidence. Prepare to look at your dreams not as fleeting, nonsensical images to be dismissed, but as profound communications, rich with meaning, deep insight, and immense transformative potential, offering a unique perspective on your journey. Join us as we embark on this captivating exploration, transforming confusion into comprehension and unlocking the hidden wisdom that sleeps within us all, patiently waiting to be discovered and integrated into our conscious awareness. Let's begin our quest to understand the profound and often prophetic nature of our dreams, starting with the very essence of why they matter so much to our human experience and how they serve as a vital dynamic bridge between our conscious and unconscious worlds, offering a holistic view of our being. The journey into your subconscious starts now, promising revelations that can reshape your understanding of yourself, your current circumstances, and your path forward, empowering you to embrace change rather than fear it. We will explore how dreams act as a sophisticated mirror, reflecting our inner landscape with startling accuracy, and as a reliable compass, pointing towards our future trajectory and potential. This introduction sets the stage for a deep dive into the mechanics, magic, and practical application of dreaming, inviting you to become an active, engaged participant in deciphering your own nightly narratives and extracting their invaluable lessons. Understanding dreams is not just about satisfying curiosity, it's about fostering profound self-discovery, enhancing emotional intelligence, and ultimately, achieving greater personal empowerment and alignment with your true self. Before we dive into the fascinating world of dream interpretations and symbolism, it's absolutely crucial to establish a foundational understanding of the scientific bedrock upon which dreaming rests. The intricate and dynamic brain activity that underpins our nightly journeys into the subconscious. Dreams are far from being merely ethereal, fleeting experiences. They represent a complex and highly organized neurological phenomenon deeply intertwined with our fundamental sleep cycles, a process essential for both physical and mental restoration. Our sleep is broadly categorized into two primary, distinct stages: non-rapid eye movement, NREM sleep, and rapid eye movement, REM sleep, each with its own unique characteristics and contributions to our overall well-being. NREM sleep, which typically accounts for approximately 75% of our total sleep time, is further subdivided into three progressive stages, ranging from light drowsiness to profoundly deep, restorative sleep. During these NREM stages, our brain activity gradually slows down, characterized by slower brainwaves, and our bodies engage in crucial processes of physical repair, tissue regeneration, and immune system strengthening. While dreaming can indeed occur during NREM sleep, these dreams are generally less vivid, more fragmented, and often bear a closer resemblance to mundane waking thoughts or concerns, such as replaying a recent conversation, mentally planning the next day's tasks, or simply reflecting on daily events without the fantastical elements often associated with REM dreams. However, the vast majority of our most memorable, vivid, emotionally charged, and often bizarre dreams predominantly occur during REM sleep, a stage that typically begins about 90 minutes after falling asleep and recurs several times throughout the night. REM sleep is a fascinating paradox. While our voluntary muscles become largely paralyzed, a state known as atonia, which is believed to prevent us from physically acting out our dreams, our brains become incredibly active, sometimes even exhibiting metabolic rates higher than during certain waking hours. During REM, brain waves, particularly theta and alpha waves, closely resemble those of an awake person, and our eyes dart rapidly back and forth beneath our closed eyelids, giving this stage its distinctive name. Neurotransmitters like acetylcholine are highly active, facilitating memory processing and dream generation, while others like serotonin and norepinephrine are significantly suppressed, contributing to the unique, often illogical, emotionally intense, and sometimes hallucinatory nature of REM dreams. The prefrontal cortex, the brain region primarily responsible for logical reasoning, critical thinking, and executive decision-making, shows reduced activity during REM, which profoundly explains why dreams can be so bizarre, disjointed, and why we often accept these absurdities without question or surprise while immersed in the dream state. Conversely, the limbic system, particularly the amygdala, a key structure involved in processing and regulating emotions, is highly active during REM, leading to the strong emotional content and often heightened emotional intensity of many dreams, whether they are joyful, fearful, or sorrowful. This heightened emotional processing during REM sleep is widely believed by neuroscientists and psychologists to play a crucial role in emotional regulation, helping us to process and integrate difficult emotions from our waking life. Memory consolidation, where new information is transferred from short-term to long-term memory. And even creative problem solving, as the brain makes novel connections. Some prominent theories suggest that REM sleep allows the brain to effectively process and integrate new information, consolidate declarative and procedural memories, and even rehearse responses to potential threats, social interactions, or challenges in a safe, simulated environment, thereby enhancing our adaptive capabilities. The brain essentially runs complex simulations, testing out different scenarios, emotional responses, and behavioral strategies, which can be incredibly beneficial for our psychological well-being, emotional resilience, and overall adaptability to life's demands. Understanding these intricate physiological underpinnings helps us to appreciate that dreams are not random noise or mere epiphenomena, but a sophisticated and purposeful output of our brain's complex functions, serving vital roles in our mental, emotional, and even physical health. The content of our dreams, therefore, is rarely arbitrary. It is deeply and intricately influenced by our daily experiences, our current emotional state, our unresolved conflicts, and the ongoing, unconscious work our brain performs to maintain psychological equilibrium, facilitate learning, and promote personal growth. As we transition through multiple sleep cycles each night, typically experiencing 4 to 5 distinct REM periods, our dreams evolve, generally becoming longer, more vivid, and more narrative-driven towards the morning hours, making them easier to recall. This scientific perspective provides a powerful and evidence-based framework for interpreting dreams, grounding their often symbolic and metaphorical messages in the biological realities of our existence and highlighting their profound importance as a natural, essential, and highly adaptive part of the human experience. Recognizing the brain's active and constructive role in generating these elaborate narratives empowers us to approach dream interpretation with both intellectual curiosity and a robust scientific understanding, effectively bridging the perceived gap between ancient wisdom and cutting-edge modern neuroscience. This dual approach allows for a richer, more nuanced understanding of what our dreams are trying to communicate. Now that we've established a solid understanding of the scientific underpinnings of dreaming, let's embark on an even deeper exploration into the fascinating and often profound world of dream symbolism, beginning with the universal archetypes that appear with remarkable consistency across diverse cultures and individuals throughout history. While every dream is undeniably a deeply personal and unique narrative, certain symbols possess an inherent resonance with collective human experience, offering common and powerful starting points for interpretation that transcend individual differences. One of the most frequently encountered and potent symbols in dreams is water, a primal element that often represents the vast ocean of emotions, the depths of the unconscious mind, and the fundamental flow of life itself. The specific characteristics of the water are paramount to its interpretation. Clear, calm, and serene water might symbolize emotional clarity, inner peace, spiritual renewal, or a period of tranquility and harmony, suggesting a clear and unobstructed path forward in your waking life. Conversely, turbulent, murky, or raging water could powerfully indicate emotional turmoil, profound confusion, unresolved conflicts, or a sense of being overwhelmed by circumstances. signaling an urgent need to address inner chaos and bring order to your emotional landscape. A dream featuring a flood might represent being completely overwhelmed by intense emotions or an uncontrollable life situation, while a gentle cleansing rain could symbolize purification, healing, emotional release, or the promise of new beginnings and growth. Next, let's consider houses, which in dreams are almost universally understood as potent metaphors for the self, representing your psyche, your physical body, or your current life situation and sense of identity. Different rooms within the house can symbolize distinct aspects of your personality, your past, or your present circumstances. The basement, for instance, often represents your unconscious mind, hidden memories, repressed emotions, or foundational aspects of your being that are not readily accessible. The attic, conversely, could symbolize your intellect, higher thoughts, spiritual aspirations, or forgotten potential waiting to be rediscovered. The kitchen frequently relates to nourishment, transformation, creativity, and the processing of life's experiences, while the bedroom speaks to intimacy, rest, personal space, and vulnerability. The overall condition of the house, whether it's dilapidated and crumbling, undergoing extensive construction, or beautifully maintained and inviting powerfully, reflects your perception of your own inner state, your psychological health, or your current life circumstances, and how you are managing them. Animals are another incredibly rich source of symbolism in dreams, often embodying primal instincts, raw urges, specific character qualities, or aspects of your own untamed nature. A majestic lion might represent courage, leadership, raw power, or a need to assert yourself. A gentle dove could symbolize peace, innocence, spiritual connection, or a message of hope. A snake, a particularly complex and ancient symbol, can represent healing, profound transformation, wisdom, or conversely, fear, betrayal, and hidden dangers, depending entirely on the context of the dream and your personal feelings towards it. Dogs often symbolize loyalty, protection, unwavering friendship, or your own faithful instincts, while cats can represent independence, intuition, mystery, or the feminine principle. The animal's specific behavior, its interaction with you, and your immediate emotional response to it within the dream are absolutely crucial for an accurate and nuanced interpretation. Dreams of flying are incredibly common and almost universally associated with feelings of freedom, liberation, overcoming significant obstacles, and a profound sense of empowerment and achievement. It strongly suggests you are rising above challenges, gaining a new, elevated perspective on a situation, or achieving a higher level of consciousness and personal growth. Conversely, falling dreams are also widespread and frequently linked to feelings of insecurity, a profound loss of control, intense anxiety, or a deep-seated fear of failure or losing status. It can indicate a situation in waking life where you feel unsupported, overwhelmed, or are experiencing a significant setback or transition. However, falling can also symbolize a necessary process of letting go, surrendering to a natural process, or a descent into the unconscious for profound self-discovery and integration. Roads or journeys in dreams frequently represent your life path, your current direction, or the progress you are making towards your goals. A smooth, clear, and open road might suggest an easy and straightforward journey ahead, while a winding, bumpy, or obstructed road could indicate challenges, unexpected detours, or periods of uncertainty and self-doubt. Being lost on a road might reflect confusion about your life's direction, a feeling of being adrift, or a need to reevaluate your priorities. These universal symbols provide a powerful and accessible framework for beginning to understand your dreams, but it is vital to remember that their ultimate and most profound meaning is always filtered through your unique, personal experiences, cultural background, and emotional associations. Understanding these archetypes is the essential first step towards building your own comprehensive and personalized dream dictionary, allowing you to recognize recurring patterns and profound messages that transcend individual differences and tap into a collective human wisdom that has been passed down through generations. While universal archetypes undoubtedly provide an incredibly valuable and accessible starting point for initial dream exploration, the true depth, nuance, and transformative power of dream interpretation ultimately lie in the meticulous process of personalizing your own dream dictionary. This crucial step involves recognizing and embracing the fundamental truth that dream symbols are inherently subjective, deeply influenced by your unique individual life experiences, your specific cultural background, your personal belief systems, and your current emotional landscape. What a snake means to one person, for example, might be an entirely different and even opposing interpretation for another, underscoring the critical need for individualized analysis. For someone who grew up in a culture where snakes are revered as sacred symbols of wisdom, healing, and rebirth, a dream featuring a snake might be perceived as a profoundly positive omen, suggesting transformation or spiritual insight. However, for someone with a deep-seated phobia of snakes, or from a culture where they are associated with evil or danger, the very same symbol would likely evoke intense fear, represent a significant threat, or symbolize an underlying anxiety that needs to be addressed. This stark contrast highlights the critical importance of context, personal association, and emotional resonance in accurate dream interpretation. To truly understand the profound messages embedded within your dreams, you must actively become your own dedicated dream detective, meticulously examining your personal relationship and history with each symbol that appears in your nightly narratives. Start by diligently asking yourself a series of introspective questions about the dream image. What is my immediate, gut-level, emotional reaction to this specific symbol within the dream? Does this symbol trigger any specific memories, feelings, or situations from my past or present waking life? Are there any particular cultural, familial, or even personal, idiosyncratic meanings or superstitions associated with this object, person, or animal for me? What specific qualities, characteristics, or attributes do I personally associate with this particular element? For instance, if you frequently dream of a car, it's often a powerful symbol of your personal drive, your ambition, and metaphorically, how you are navigating your life's journey and maintaining control. But the specific type of car, its condition, its color, and crucially, how you are driving it or being driven are all vital details. A sleek, powerful, and fast sports car might represent a strong desire for rapid progress, success, or a need for excitement, while an old, broken down, or malfunctioning vehicle could symbolize feeling stuck, lacking motivation, or experiencing significant obstacles in your path. If you are confidently driving smoothly, it suggests you feel in control of your life. If you are a passive passenger, it might indicate a feeling of powerlessness, or that someone else is steering your life's direction. Consider the potent symbol of a house once more. While universally it represents the self, dreaming of your childhood home might specifically symbolize your foundational beliefs, your family dynamics, unresolved issues from your past, or a yearning for security. A new unfamiliar house could represent a new phase of life, an emerging aspect of yourself, or an unknown situation you are entering, inviting exploration. The people who appear in your dreams are rarely just themselves. They often serve as powerful representations of aspects of yourself, your relationships, or qualities you either admire, fear, or need to integrate. Dreaming of a deceased loved one might be a profound way for your subconscious to process grief, seek comfort, or receive spiritual guidance. But it could also symbolize a part of yourself that you associate with that person's qualities or influence. An unknown figure might represent a hidden aspect of your personality, a shadow self, or a new, emerging influence entering your life. Even seemingly mundane objects can carry profound personal meaning. A specific piece of jewelry might symbolize a cherished memory, a significant commitment, a personal value, or a sense of self-worth. A particular type of food could relate to comfort, nourishment, emotional satisfaction, or an unmet desire. The key to effective dream interpretation is to actively avoid rigid, dogmatic, or one-size-fits-all interpretations found in generic dream dictionaries. Instead, cultivate a flexible, open-minded, and deeply introspective approach. The most effective tool for this is keeping a detailed dream journal, not just to record the dream narrative itself, but also to meticulously jot down your immediate feelings upon waking, your personal associations with each symbol, and any significant waking life events or thoughts that might be connected. Over time, through consistent practice, you will inevitably begin to notice recurring symbols, patterns, and themes that form your own unique, highly personalized dream language. This bespoke dictionary, built directly from the rich tapestry of your own experiences and inner world, will be infinitely more accurate, insightful, and empowering than any generic dream book could ever be. Embrace the inherent subjectivity. It is precisely this personal connection that makes your dreams so uniquely powerful, relevant, and instrumental to your personal growth, self-understanding, and overall well-being. Your dreams are speaking directly to you, in a language meticulously tailored specifically for your inner world and your individual journey. Not all dreams are pleasant journeys into self-discovery or serene reflections of our inner peace. Some are profoundly unsettling, terrifying, or deeply anxiety-provoking, commonly known as nightmares and anxiety dreams. These intense nocturnal experiences, while often distressing and disruptive to our sleep, are far from being without purpose. They serve as powerful, urgent signals from our subconscious mind, compelling us to confront unresolved fears, deep-seated anxieties, and unaddressed traumas that we might be consciously or unconsciously avoiding in our waking lives. Nightmares are typically defined as vivid, frightening dreams that awaken you abruptly from sleep, leaving you with strong, lingering feelings of fear, dread, sadness, or even physical discomfort. They often feature common themes such as being relentlessly chased, violently attacked, falling from immense heights, being trapped, or experiencing the tragic death of a loved one or oneself. Anxiety dreams, while perhaps less overtly terrifying than full-blown nightmares, still evoke significant psychological distress, often involving scenarios where you are unprepared for a crucial exam, late for an incredibly important event, unable to perform a vital task, or find yourself in a socially embarrassing situation. The psychological function of these dreams is complex and multifaceted, reflecting various theoretical perspectives. From a classic Freudian perspective, nightmares can be interpreted as repressed desires, unresolved conflicts, or traumatic memories forcefully breaking through the censor of the conscious mind, albeit in a distorted and frightening form, demanding recognition. Jungian psychology, on the other hand, might view them as encounters with a shadow, the unconscious aspects of our personality that we deny, repress, or project onto others, which then manifests in dreams to demand integration and conscious acknowledgement for psychological wholeness. More contemporary psychological theories often suggest that nightmares are the brain's adaptive way of processing intense stress, emotional trauma, and significant distress. They provide a safe, albeit uncomfortable, and often terrifying, simulated environment to confront, work through, and ultimately integrate difficult emotions or experiences that we haven't fully processed or resolved during our waking hours. For individuals who have experienced significant trauma, recurring nightmares are a very common and debilitating symptom of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, where the brain repeatedly attempts to reprocess the traumatic event in an effort to find resolution and integrate the memory. Common themes in anxiety dreams frequently reflect specific waking life stressors and insecurities. Dreaming of being unprepared for an exam, even many years after leaving school, frequently symbolizes feelings of inadequacy, a deep-seated fear of failure, or an intense anxiety about being judged and found wanting in a current professional, academic, or personal situation. Dreams of being naked or inappropriately dressed in public can powerfully represent vulnerability, shame, a fear of exposure, or a feeling of being scrutinized and judged by others. Being relentlessly chased often signifies avoiding a pressing problem, a difficult emotion, or an uncomfortable truth in waking life. The pursuer might represent a looming deadline, an inescapable responsibility, or an aspect of yourself you're desperately trying to escape or deny. Losing teeth is an incredibly common anxiety dream, often associated with feelings of powerlessness, loss of control, concerns about your appearance, your ability to communicate effectively, or anxieties about how others perceive you and your self-image. The key to constructively working with nightmares and anxiety dreams is not to dismiss them or try to suppress them, but to actively engage with them in a mindful and therapeutic manner. Upon waking from such a distressing dream, instead of immediately trying to forget it or push it away, make a conscious effort to recall as many details as possible. Journaling about the dream, meticulously recording the narrative, your immediate emotions, and any potential waking life connections can be an incredibly therapeutic and insightful practice. Ask yourself probing questions. What specific fear, anxiety, or unresolved conflict does this dream powerfully evoke in me? What situation or relationship in my waking life makes me feel similarly vulnerable, anxious, or out of control? Is there something significant I am actively avoiding, repressing, or refusing to confront? Techniques like dream rescripting or image rehearsal therapy can be remarkably effective for individuals suffering from recurring nightmares. This involves consciously changing the narrative of the nightmare while awake, imagining a different, more positive, or empowering outcome, and then mentally rehearsing this new ending repeatedly over time. This cognitive behavioral technique can significantly help to reduce the frequency, intensity, and emotional distress associated with the distressing dreams. Remember, these dreams are not meant to punish you or simply cause discomfort. They are urgent, vital messages from your subconscious, highlighting critical areas in your life that require immediate attention, profound healing, or decisive resolution. By courageously confronting the fears and anxieties they present, you can gain profound self-insights, foster immense emotional resilience, and ultimately move towards greater psychological well-being, inner peace, and personal growth. They are an undeniable invitation to face what truly frightens you, not to run from it, transforming fear into understanding and empowerment. Among the myriad types of dreams that grace our nightly slumber, recurring dreams hold a particularly profound and often urgent significance. frequently acting as persistent, insistent messages from our subconscious mind that demand our conscious attention until their underlying meaning is fully understood, acknowledged, and integrated into our waking awareness. These are dreams that repeat themselves, sometimes with identical scenarios, characters, settings, or emotional tones, or sometimes with subtle variations on a central theme, appearing consistently over periods of days, weeks, months, or even extending across years. The very act of repetition itself is an incredibly strong and undeniable indicator that your subconscious is attempting to communicate something vitally important, something that you may be consciously overlooking, actively avoiding, or simply failing to fully process and resolve in your waking life. Think of a recurring dream not as a random glitch, but as a persistent notification or an alarm from your inner self. Much like a smoke detector, it keeps ringing until you identify and address the underlying issue it's signaling, whether it's a small fire or just a burnt toast. The themes embedded within recurring dreams are incredibly diverse, reflecting the vast spectrum of human experience, but they most often revolve around unresolved conflicts, unfulfilled desires, deep-seated fears, unaddressed traumas, or ingrained patterns of behavior that are no longer serving you and urgently need to be changed or reevaluated. For example, a remarkably common recurring dream involves being back in an academic setting, such as a school or university, and facing a crucial exam for which you are completely unprepared, often unable to find the classroom or even remember the subject matter. As we discussed earlier, this particular dream frequently symbolizes pervasive feelings of inadequacy, a deep-seated fear of failure, or an intense anxiety about being judged and found wanting in a current life situation. Perhaps a new and challenging job, a demanding project, or a significant personal commitment that feels overwhelming. The dream keeps repeating precisely because the underlying feeling of being unprepared, not good enough, or exposed hasn't been adequately addressed, processed, or resolved in your waking life, and your subconscious is pushing for resolution. Another incredibly frequent recurring dream involves frantically searching for something lost, such as a wallet, keys, a beloved pet, or even a child. This powerful dream can symbolize a profound feeling of having lost something critically important in your life, perhaps a sense of purpose, a vital personal quality, a significant opportunity, a cherished relationship, or a fundamental connection to yourself. The subconscious is urgently urging you to identify precisely what is missing, to acknowledge the void, and to actively seek its recovery, replacement, or integration. Dreams of being trapped, unable to move despite desperate efforts, or trying to scream but finding no sound comes out, are also very common and often reflect profound feelings of powerlessness. Being stifled or constrained in a particular situation, or an inability to effectively express yourself, your needs, or your truth in waking life. These dreams powerfully highlight areas where you might feel physically, emotionally, or psychologically constrained, unable to escape a difficult or oppressive circumstance. To effectively interpret and ultimately resolve a recurring dream, the first and most crucial step is meticulous and consistent dream, journaling. Record every single detail, every fleeting emotion, and every subtle variation of the dream each and every time it occurs. Beyond the narrative, actively look for patterns in your waking life circumstances around the time the dream appears. Are you under specific, heightened stress? Are you facing a particular, difficult decision? Is there a significant conflict or emotional issue you're actively avoiding or procrastinating on? The next crucial step is to identify the central, overarching theme or the core emotion that the dream consistently evokes. What is the fundamental message your subconscious is relentlessly trying to convey to your conscious mind? Once you've identified this core message, reflect deeply on how this theme or emotion manifests in your waking life. Where do you consistently feel unprepared, lost, trapped, powerless, or unable to express yourself? The dream is not merely showing you the problem. It is often powerfully prompting you to actively seek and implement a solution. Sometimes, the recurring dream will miraculously stop once you've consciously acknowledged the issue it represents and truly understood its message. Other times, it requires taking concrete, decisive action in your waking life to address the root cause. If the dream is about feeling unprepared, perhaps you need to invest in skill development, seek mentorship, or actively work on building your self-confidence. If it's about being trapped, you might need to set firm boundaries, make a difficult but necessary decision to free yourself from a constraining relationship or situation, or seek external help, engaging in active imagination. While awake can also be an incredibly powerful technique, this involves consciously imagining yourself back within the dream scenario and deliberately changing the outcome to a more empowering one. If you're being chased, turn around and courageously confront the pursuer. If you're lost, actively ask for directions, find a map, or discover a hidden path. This mental rehearsal can profoundly empower you and signal to your subconscious that you are ready and willing to face the issue head-on. Ultimately, recurring dreams are persistent, unwavering teachers. They will continue to appear, sometimes with increasing intensity, until their vital lesson is learned, and the underlying issue is addressed and resolved. By paying close and consistent attention to these insistent messages, you can unlock profound insights into your deepest needs, fears, and aspirations, leading to significant personal growth, emotional healing, and lasting resolution in your waking life. They are a testament to your subconscious's unwavering commitment to your holistic well-being and evolution. Imagine for a moment being fully aware that you are dreaming, possessing the incredible ability to consciously influence the dream's narrative, its characters, and the entire environment around you. This extraordinary and highly sought-after state is known as lucid dreaming, a powerful and transformative phenomenon where the dreamer gains conscious control and self-awareness within the dream world itself. It's akin to being the ultimate director, the imaginative writer, and the leading star of your very own nightly movie, with absolutely limitless possibilities for exploration and creation. Lucid dreaming typically occurs during the rapid eye movement REM stage of sleep, when the brain is already highly active and engaged in vivid dream production, but with a crucial and distinguishing difference. A specific part of your prefrontal cortex, which is usually suppressed during typical REM sleep, becomes active enough to recognize and acknowledge the dream state. This level of awareness can range from a fleeting, momentary realization that this isn't real, I'm dreaming, to full, sustained, and profound control over every element of the dream's unfolding, narrative, and environment. The benefits and applications of lucid dreaming are incredibly vast and remarkably varied, extending far beyond mere nocturnal entertainment. For many practitioners, it serves as an unparalleled source of adventure, allowing them to experience the thrill of flying, explore fantastical, impossible worlds, engage in conversations with historical figures, or even manifest their deepest desires. But beyond recreation, lucid dreaming offers profound and tangible psychological advantages. It can be an exceptionally powerful tool for confronting and ultimately overcoming deep-seated fears, phobias, and anxieties in a completely safe, simulated, and consequence-free environment. If you are plagued by a recurring nightmare, becoming lucid within that dream allows you to consciously face the monster, ask it questions, or even transform it into something benign or helpful, thereby directly resolving the underlying fear or trauma that the nightmare represents. Lucid dreaming can also be effectively utilized for creative problem solving and significantly enhancing artistic and intellectual creativity. Numerous artists, writers, musicians, and scientists throughout history have reported gaining profound insights, solving complex problems, or experiencing artistic breakthroughs during their lucid dreams. By consciously directing your dream to focus on a particular challenge or creative block, your subconscious mind can offer novel solutions, innovative ideas, or unique perspectives that might be completely inaccessible in your waking, logical state. It's essentially a direct and unfiltered line to your creative wellspring and intuitive wisdom. Furthermore, lucid dreaming can be a powerful aid in skill development and performance enhancement. Athletes, musicians, public speakers, and even surgeons have reportedly used lucid dreams to mentally rehearse performances, practice complex movements, refine intricate skills, or prepare for high-stakes situations, often reporting significant improvements in their waking life, performance, and confidence. The brain processes these simulated experiences almost as if they were real, strengthening neural pathways and muscle memory. So, how can one achieve this remarkable state of lucidity? There are several popular and well-documented techniques. One of the most common and effective is reality testing. Throughout your waking day, make it a consistent habit to regularly ask yourself, "Am I dreaming right now?" And then perform a physical reality check. Common checks include trying to push your finger through your palm. It will often pass through in a dream. Looking at a clock or text twice, it frequently changes or becomes distorted in dreams. Or attempting to fly or float. If you make this a deeply ingrained habit in waking life, you are significantly more likely to perform it in a dream. And when the reality check inevitably fails, for example, your finger goes through your palm, you will realize you are dreaming. Another highly effective technique is mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, mild, before going to sleep. Set a clear and firm intention by repeatedly telling yourself, "Next time I'm dreaming, I will remember that I'm dreaming." Simultaneously, visualize yourself becoming lucid in a dream you recently had. This powerful intention setting and visualization can significantly increase your chances of achieving lucidity. Work-initiated lucid dreams wild involves entering a dream directly from a waking state, often by lying perfectly still and focusing intently on hypnagogic imagery, the vivid visuals and sensations you experience as you drift off to sleep, while consciously maintaining awareness. This technique can be challenging to master, but often results in incredibly vivid and stable lucid dreams. Maintaining a detailed dream journal is also absolutely crucial for all lucid dreaming techniques. Regularly recording your dreams significantly improves your dream recall and helps you identify recurring dream signs, patterns, or personal triggers that can prompt lucidity. Once you successfully become lucid within a dream, the key is to remain calm, grounded, and actively stabilize the dream environment. Excitement can often cause you to wake up prematurely. Try rubbing your hands together, spinning around slowly, or focusing intently on small details within the dream to ground yourself and prolong the experience. Lucid dreaming is a skill that undoubtedly improves with consistent practice, patience, and persistent effort. It opens up an entirely new dimension of self-exploration, personal empowerment, and conscious engagement with your subconscious mind, allowing you to harness its incredible potential for profound growth, deep healing, and boundless adventure. It transforms passive, unconscious dreaming into an active, conscious, and deeply enriching journey of self-discovery and mastery. Beyond their well-established roles in processing emotions, consolidating memories, and revealing hidden fears. Dreams also serve as incredibly powerful incubators for innovative problem solving, fostering profound creativity and gaining deep insights that often elude our conscious, logical minds during waking hours. Throughout recorded history, countless individuals, ranging from groundbreaking scientists and visionary artists to everyday people grappling with personal dilemmas, have reported waking up with elegant solutions to complex problems, brilliant new ideas, or a sudden, crystal clear understanding of a previously perplexing situation, all thanks to the unique workings of their dreams. This remarkable phenomenon is deeply rooted in the distinctive way our brain functions during sleep, particularly during the rapid eye movement (REM) stage. As we've previously discussed, during REM sleep, the prefrontal cortex, which is primarily responsible for linear, analytical thought, critical judgment, and self-censorship, becomes significantly less active. Simultaneously, the limbic system, a brain region strongly associated with emotions, intuition, and memory, becomes highly engaged and active. This profound shift in brain activity allows for a more associative, nonlinear, and imaginative mode of thinking, one that is largely free from the rigid constraints of waking logic, conventional wisdom, and conscious self-censorship. In this uninhibited state, the brain can effortlessly make novel and often surprising connections between seemingly unrelated pieces of information, explore unconventional pathways, and synthesize disparate ideas in ways that are incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to achieve when fully awake and bound by logical frameworks. One of the most famous and compelling examples of dream-inspired discovery is that of the Russian chemist Dmitry Mendeleev, who reportedly saw the complete arrangement of the periodic table of elements in a dream, a vision that revolutionized chemistry. Similarly, the intricate ring structure of the benzene molecule was famously discovered by the German chemist August Kekule after he dreamed of a snake biting its own tail, forming a circular shape, a powerful symbol of infinity and cyclical processes. These compelling anecdotes, alongside numerous others, powerfully highlight the brain's extraordinary capacity to continue working on complex problems and creative challenges even when we're asleep, often arriving at profound breakthroughs and aha moments precisely when the conscious mind is at rest and unburdened. So, how can you consciously harness the immense power of your dreams for enhanced problem solving and heightened creativity in your own life? The process often begins even before you drift off to sleep through a technique known as incubation. Before bed, consciously and deliberately focus on a specific problem, a pressing question, or a creative challenge you're currently facing. Think about it intently, write it down in clear, concise terms, and articulate it as clearly as possible. Then, set a firm intention by telling yourself that you want to dream about this issue or find a solution within your dream. This act of priming your subconscious mind effectively instructs it to work on the issue overnight. Upon waking, especially if you awaken from a particularly vivid or impactful dream, immediately record everything you remember, no matter how fragmented, bizarre, or seemingly nonsensical it appears. Do not attempt to interpret it yet. Simply capture the raw data, the images, feelings, and narratives as quickly and completely as possible in a dream journal kept beside your bed. Sometimes, the solution will be strikingly obvious, a direct answer or clear guidance presented explicitly within the dream narrative. More often, however, the dream will offer metaphorical insights, powerful symbols, or a completely new perspective that, upon careful reflection and conscious analysis, helps you piece together the solution in your waking state. For example, If you're struggling with a complex relationship conflict, you might dream of a bridge collapsing between two people or a formidable wall being built. This isn't a literal solution, but it metaphorically highlights the breakdown in communication or the emotional barriers being erected, powerfully prompting you to address those specific issues directly in your waking relationship. Dreams can also provide invaluable emotional clarity, helping you to understand your true, often hidden, feelings about a significant decision. If you're torn between two major job offers, you might dream of one path feeling light, expansive, and joyful, and the other feeling heavy, restrictive, and draining, thereby revealing your deeper emotional inclination and intuitive preference. This intuitive guidance, bypassing conscious overthinking, can be incredibly invaluable. Furthermore, dreams are an inexhaustible source of artistic inspiration. Many celebrated artists, musicians, writers, and filmmakers draw directly from their vivid dream experiences, using the striking imagery, compelling narratives, and intense emotions as rich raw material for their creative works. The surreal, often fantastical, and boundary-pushing nature of dreams can spark entirely new ideas, challenge conventional thinking, and propel creative boundaries into uncharted territories. By consciously engaging with your dreams as a dynamic resource for problem-solving and creativity, you are actively tapping into a vast, often untapped, reservoir of your own inner wisdom, imaginative power, and intuitive intelligence. It's a powerful and humbling reminder that our minds are constantly working, processing, and innovating, even when we're not consciously aware of it, offering profound guidance and groundbreaking innovation if we only learn to listen, record, and interpret their unique and symbolic language. Embrace your dreams, not just as passive reflections of your day, but as active, collaborative partners in your intellectual, creative, and personal pursuits, unlocking a deeper dimension of your potential. The captivating idea that dreams can somehow foretell the future, offering tantalizing glimpses of events yet to unfold, is arguably one of the most enduring, mysterious, and universally captivating aspects of dream lore, spanning diverse cultures, ancient civilizations, and countless centuries. These extraordinary nocturnal experiences are often referred to as premonitions or prophetic dreams, and they raise profound and challenging questions about the very nature of time, the expansive boundaries of human consciousness, and our enigmatic connection to the unknown. While mainstream scientific thought largely remains skeptical, often attributing such experiences to mere coincidence, the fallibility of selective memory or psychological projection, an overwhelming number of personal accounts, compelling historical anecdotes, and cross-cultural beliefs persistently suggest that some dreams do indeed seem to possess an uncanny and inexplicable ability to predict future events with remarkable accuracy. From ancient oracles and shamans interpreting divine dreams for kings and emperors, to modern individuals reporting vivid dreams of plane crashes, natural disasters, or even specific lottery numbers just days or hours before they occur. The phenomenon of apparent precognitive dreaming continues to persist and fascinate. Psychologically, there are several nuanced ways to approach and attempt to explain these compelling claims. One common and often cited explanation is pure coincidence. Given the sheer volume and complexity of dreams that billions of people experience every single night, it is statistically inevitable that a small percentage of these dreams will, by chance alone, coincidentally align with future events. Our brains are also incredibly adept at finding patterns and making connections, even where none truly exists, leading us to vividly remember the hits, the dreams that seemingly came true and conveniently. Forget the vast majority of the misses, the dreams that bore no relation to future events. Another significant perspective is selective memory and retroactive fitting. If you have a vague or ambiguous dream about a general misfortune, such as a car accident or an illness, and then later hear about a similar event, your mind might subconsciously or consciously, retroactively, fit the dream's details to the actual event, making it seem far more specific and prophetic than it actually was at the time of dreaming. The inherent human tendency to seek meaning and order in chaos can powerfully lead us to interpret ambiguous dream imagery as definitively prophetic after the fact, rather than before. However, some reported experiences are considerably harder to dismiss with purely rational or statistical explanations. These often involve highly specific, verifiable details that are difficult to attribute to mere chance or post hoc interpretation. For example, the 16th U.S. President, Abraham Lincoln, reportedly dreamed of his own assassination just days before it tragically happened, vividly seeing himself in a coffin in the East Room of the White House, surrounded by mourners. Such detailed accounts, while anecdotal and often difficult to verify scientifically, profoundly challenge purely rational and materialistic explanations of consciousness and dreaming. The renowned Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, a pioneer in analytical psychology, extensively explored the concept of synchronicity, which he defined as meaningful coincidences that cannot be explained by conventional cause and effect. He suggested that dreams might occasionally tap into a collective unconscious, a universal reservoir of shared human experiences, archetypes, and knowledge, from which genuine premonitions or insights into future possibilities could potentially arise. He also posited that our unconscious mind might be far more perceptive than our conscious mind, picking up subtle cues, subliminal information, and nonverbal signals from our environment or from others that our conscious mind completely misses. The unconscious then synthesizes this unperceived data into a premonition that feels like a future event, but is actually an intuitive projection based on current, unperceived information. This is often referred to as intuitive foresight or subconscious pattern recognition rather than true supernatural prophecy. For instance, if you have a deeply unsettling dream about a friend's declining health, it might be your subconscious processing subtle changes in their appearance, behavior, or energy that you consciously overlooked during your last interaction, leading to an intuitive warning that prompts you to check in on them. How, then, can you discern if a dream is truly premonitory or simply a particularly vivid and impactful dream? Pay close attention to the emotional intensity, the clarity, and the distinct feeling associated with the dream. Premonitory dreams often feel distinctly different from typical dreams. They might be unusually real, incredibly urgent, less symbolic, and more literal, and often accompanied by a strong, undeniable sense of knowing, or a profound feeling of dread or certainty upon waking. It is crucial to record these dreams immediately and in meticulous detail in your dream journal, noting all specific elements, the narrative, and your precise emotional response. Avoid actively trying to force premonitions or seeking them out with excessive expectation. Instead, cultivate an open, receptive, and discerning attitude toward your dreams. If a dream feels genuinely prophetic and carries a strong emotional charge, consider its message deeply. Is it a warning that requires caution? Is it guidance that suggests a particular course of action? Is there an action you can take to mitigate a potential negative outcome or to prepare for a positive one? Sometimes, the profound purpose of a premonitory dream isn't to predict an unchangeable, fated future, but rather to prepare you emotionally for an impending event or to powerfully prompt you to take preventative or proactive action. It might be a crucial call to pay closer, more mindful attention to certain aspects of your life, your health, your relationships, or the lives of those around you. While the scientific community continues its rigorous debate on the verifiable existence of true prophetic dreams, acknowledging the possibility and paying discerning attention to these extraordinary experiences can profoundly deepen your understanding of your own intuition, the mysterious capacities of the human mind, and the intricate connections between our inner and outer worlds. Approach them with a blend of open-minded curiosity, critical discernment, and a healthy dose of scientific skepticism, allowing for the intriguing possibility that your dreams might occasionally offer a fleeting, yet significant, glimpse beyond the veil of the present moment. We have journeyed extensively through the intricate science, the rich symbolism, and the profound psychology of dreams, exploring their immense potential for deep self-discovery, innovative problem-solving, and even tantalizing glimpses of the future. Now, having gathered this wealth of nocturnal information, the most crucial and transformative step is to effectively integrate this rich dream wisdom into your waking life, actively transforming fleeting nocturnal experiences into actionable insights that foster profound personal growth and significantly enhance your overall well-being. Understanding your dreams is not merely an intellectual exercise or a curious pastime. It is a practical, powerful tool for living a more conscious, purposeful, and authentically aligned life, bridging the gap between your inner and outer worlds. The first and most fundamental practice for consistently integrating dream wisdom is the establishment of consistent and meticulous dream. Journalling. This practice cannot be overstated in its importance. Always keep a dedicated notebook and pen, or a digital voice recorder, directly by your bedside as soon as you awaken. Before the intricate details of the dream begin to fade into the mists of memory, immediately record everything you remember. Vivid images, intense feelings, distinct sounds, specific conversations, and the overall narrative flow. Do not censor, judge, or attempt to analyze at this initial stage. Simply capture the raw data as completely and accurately as possible. Even fragmented memories, single words, or fleeting emotions are incredibly valuable clues. Over time, with consistent practice, your dream recall will dramatically improve, and you will inevitably begin to notice recurring symbols, persistent themes, and distinct patterns that collectively form your unique and personalized dream language. Once you have a dream meticulously recorded, the next essential step is dedicated reflection and association. Review your dream entry with an open mind and ask yourself a series of probing, introspective questions. What specific emotions did I intensely feel within the dream? What emotions am I currently feeling now? Recalling and reflecting upon it. Does anything in the dream vividly remind me of recent events, prevailing thoughts, or strong feelings in my current waking life? Are there any specific people, objects, animals, or situations in the dream that hold a strong personal association or historical significance for me? What profound message or insight might this dream be earnestly trying to convey to me about my current situation, my relationships, my career, or my inner psychological state? Crucially, avoid jumping to generic, one-size-fits-all interpretations from dream dictionaries. Instead, focus intensely on your unique personal connection and emotional resonance with the symbols presented. Another incredibly powerful technique for deeper integration is active imagination, which is particularly useful for recurring or profoundly impactful dreams. This involves consciously re-entering the dream in your imagination while fully awake. Visualize yourself back within the dream scenario and actively engage with it. Talk to the dream characters, ask them direct questions, or deliberately try to change the outcome or narrative. For example, if you're being relentlessly chased, imagine yourself turning around and courageously confronting the pursuer, asking, "What do you want from me?" or "What do you represent?" This conscious engagement can help you gain profound clarity, empower you to address the underlying issue, and even resolve the conflict in your waking life. Consider taking concrete action based on your dream insights. If a dream powerfully highlights a need for better personal boundaries, practice setting them firmly and respectfully in your waking interactions. If it reveals a repressed creative urge or unfulfilled passion, actively find an outlet for that creativity, whether it's painting, writing, or learning a new skill. If it points to an unresolved conflict in a relationship, consider how you might approach that conversation differently, armed with your dream's insights. Dreams often provide the what, the problem, the insight, or the emotional truth. Your waking life is the crucial arena where you apply the how, the solution, the integration, or the necessary change. It's also profoundly important to cultivate a mindful, open, and receptive attitude towards your entire inner world. Dreams are not isolated events. They are a continuous, dynamic dialogue between your conscious and unconscious minds, a vital feedback loop. By consistently paying attention to this dialogue, you are actively strengthening this essential connection, enhancing your intuition, and becoming more deeply attuned to your authentic self and your deepest needs. This heightened awareness can lead to greater self-understanding, improved emotional intelligence, and a more profound sense of purpose and direction in your life. Don't be discouraged if dream interpretation feels challenging or elusive at first. It is a nuanced skill that develops and refines with consistent patience, persistent practice, and an open heart. Some dreams are remarkably straightforward in their message, while others are complex, multi-layered, and require deeper introspection, perhaps even the guidance of a skilled dream therapist or mentor. Remember that dreams rarely speak in literal terms. They communicate through the rich, evocative language of metaphors, symbols, and raw emotions. They are not meant to dictate your life's path, but to offer invaluable guidance, reveal hidden truths, and powerfully support your ongoing journey of self-actualization and personal evolution. By consistently engaging with your dreams, you are actively participating in your own psychological growth, unlocking a profound and inexhaustible source of wisdom that is uniquely yours, waiting to be discovered and utilized. Embrace your dreams as trusted allies and wise counselors on your path to a more conscious, fulfilling, and deeply meaningful life. They are a nightly gift, waiting patiently to be unwrapped, understood, and integrated for your highest good.